I wanted to ask Winfred something that is a concern of mine as a young person. I see it happening, and I've seen also Alex Kyoko on YouTube say the same thing. And he talks about, I'm afraid that this youth movement might be about future political conmen and women demonstrating their tear gas resilience and noise-making ability to potential sponsors. Yani, ni kama watu wa audition. And you get the feeling, I have to use this example, but that sometimes feels like what Caswell was. You demonstrate your tear gas resilience to potential political parties or leaders, etc., and then you get co-opted into the, not just speaking honestly, it feels like it has happened, it's happened with Mandamano, which was you're at the front lines, but you're at the front line looking for a seat at the table. So you're like, how can I show myself to be super useful, and how can I get the attention of whoever it is that I need?
It's a good point, and actually, respond to it before I ask my next question on that one.
Okay, what I would love to say is, okay, I'll just be neutral on that point, because it might be wrong and it also might be right. Because I am looking at the young people. You know, politics is a dirty game. And in politics, you need mentorship as a young person. So, first of all, him being with Raila Odinga, Caswell being with Raila Odinga is not bad, but is he advocating for the issues of the youth? Are those issues being addressed? Are the issues of the youth being addressed? Those are the things that...
But Wilfred, if we say Raila Odinga has abandoned young people, the same young people who have gone to the streets for him time and time again, he's abandoned them, especially at the time when we needed him the most, then if you're a young person who joins hands with him, I can extrapolate and say then you've abandoned young people as well, right?
Let me ask, how about if you look at it from joining a political party? One of the things that Winfred has said, in fact, even you said,
join a political party. Yes,
I did.
When you say organize, organize so that you can just get play into the political arena. You can join a political party and any of the registered political parties, or you can register your own. So you have two examples here of a young person who joined an established political party that's 20 years old and going straight there and saying, I want to advocate the youth issues, and joining the youth league of that party.
Yes.
And then you have another young person who says, let's form our own party. And they've formed a party. Both have received backlash in equal measure.
Have they? Hold on. Let me begin with, is ODM the only political party in Kenya?
No, it's not.
It is not.
You
said 99 plus.
It's only that it's only the most popular.
Fair enough.
It's the biggest, it has money, it has resources.
My thinking of
20 years is a long time.
Democracy is and why you join a party is because you align with their ideals, their party ideals, their manifestos, etc. So they speak something to you, and you're like, I see myself represented here, I'm going to join. So again, if you join a party where the leader is basically in bed with the government and has abandoned young people at the time when you needed them the most, then how can I trust you to, then take care of me? This other thing of forming their own political parties, I don't think the issue was that young people formed their own political party. It was, how did you form it? Why did you form it? It seems like you're trying to benefit off of a movement that's already taken off and just use it for political clout. I think the intention is very important. If the intention is that you want to move the agenda of young people forward, you'll form a political party at any given time, not just when there's Mandamano. You will join a political party that aligns with your ideals.
Probably he was in ODM.
I don't know if he was a member before.
Maybe he
Can't
was
speak
a member
to
before,
that.
you know? Okay, so now let's talk about the others. The other one who formed Inject Party.
Right.
And
he has been fundraising online.
Through mobilization. The same things that we talked about. So use the power of digital to crowdfund and crowdsource ideas. And use the power of the digital media and the youth and say, so if we formed a party, what would we call it? And people come and say, this Inject is and what you've been doing by going around and checking projects and all, you've been injecting. So let's call this party Inject. So it's not my party, it's our party.
We're injecting.
How many people have pushed back on Morara Kebaso since he and others formed Inject
When
Party.
did the rain start beating him? Let's also look at that, because people were with Morara for a long time when he was going around the country.
So they've abandoned the party because of Morara?
No, because he started off just as Morara, right?
Yes.
And he was going around the country and saying, Oneni apa. They said they were building nini. It's 10 years later, and people were behind him, right?
Yes.
And then it became, okay, Nisaidiani, help me move around. Let's gather some funds.
Yes.
Which is perfectly logical, because we know nothing happens for free,
Yes.
right? Which is fine. Fundraise if you need to.
Yes.
But now when we're fundraising for other things that are not you going and doing the
Then
work
he came
that you
in
said.
and
But-
the youth started telling him, you know what? How about we create a movement? And he asked the people, do we create a party? And they said yes.
Yes.
And they fundraised for the registration of
Of
that
the
party. Right?
Yeah.
So the youth told him, look, this thing that you're doing, how do we formalize it?
I hear you guys. I don't think the issue is that he fundraised for the formation of a party or that he went that route. I think it's that the ideals no longer aligned. The ideals of people, or what people thought Inject was going to be, or who they thought Morara was turning out to be not the case. And they're like, si tumejitoa hapa. If I no longer see myself in you, I am exiting, which is what young people have said over and over.
Fine.
Okay, if
Which is
they're
all
exiting,
democratic.
which direction are we taking?
That's the thing.
Aye.
It's all democracy. That's the power of democracy.
Because
you don't feel that you're aligned anymore. Move.
yeah.
Yes.
But then move because you have an ideology.
Move strategically.